used to DJ.
I did. What
was your DJ name?
Yeah.
My company's name was Audio Ambition. That was our gig. I wanted to call myself DJ Jam Master J, but then I learned that I very well couldn't do that one.
We're hot.
Welcome to Kathy and Susie's Kids. I'm Jordan.
And I'm Matthew Brooks.
And today we're here with Mr. Jonathan Allen from J. Allen Toyota.
That's right.
Is it J. Allen Toyota?
Yeah.
It's Allen Toyota and has been for a long time, but very soon the J and the period will show up on the building.
So, all right, in the insurance game, and I do commercial insurance for a little, I don't even know this about me, but we always say, and to minimize having your name in ownership, to stop the liability from your own personal assets. I'm sure you've got some protection in there.
Oh,
but the J, the J right there. There's no other denying really. I mean, I guess it could be Jeffrey Allen or
maybe if you're not from here.
No. Yeah, man. So we're glad to have you on the show. Welcome.
Appreciate the invite.
So we asked you earlier, how's 2021 treating you? You said it's been good. You said you haven't had to put on any ties. That's good.
Yes. We're how many days in?
Yeah,
10 days in right now.
Not many.
No, yeah, I haven't put a tie on at all this year. I really didn't put a tie on at all last year. So
that must have felt good.
It did. The face mask stuff that's going on right now and the way that we all are supposed to act is not one of my fortes, and I'm used to just going around and chatting people up and doing things, and I think one of my secret sauces is my smile, and I can't even show it right now, so
bummer,
drives me crazy.
And you told us you shut down for 3 weeks.
3 weeks, last week of March and the first 2 weeks in April, right when everybody was talking, slow the spread. What is it? Was it something to the curve? What was it? Flatten the curve?
Yeah.
It was just all those moments where it was like, we got to do something. We got to do it now. And I was like, okay, this is what I can do to give our people peace of mind at the dealership and let them go have this time with their families, not lay anybody off, and pay everybody. And that's what I did.
How many employees do you have?
110.
Wow. That's all at how many locations?
Just one. That's just the Toyota store.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you shut it out, like you made the decision.
I did. And I was the only dealership in Mississippi that I know that closed the entire thing. We could have left our service. No, which one was it? Sales was closed. Service was open for that 3 weeks, allowed, deemed an essential business. Yeah. And I didn't close anything. I mean, I closed everything where some stayed open to just keep what was available there. Actually, everybody did. I'm the only dealership I know that closed entirely. And I did it just to give people peace of mind.
Flatten the curve.
And I think, our people really needed a reset. We had a number one 2018, a number one 2019, and we had just kind of crescendoed. And it was time for us I used that time to reset, and that's exactly what happened.
Do you feel like since all this occurred, like the walk-ins, the people coming a lot, it's cut back a lot?
It has. A lot more people reach out to us through our website, and they do as much of the process on the phone or through the internet as much as they can. We're still seeing a lot more people want to still touch it and drive the vehicle and that kind of thing.
Yeah, no doubt. And I'm not buying a car I don't get to drive.
I tell you what, go by there on a Sunday, and you'd be surprised. There's cars piled up by Sonic.
Really?
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, our holding lot is right there. Our parking for the night drop and stuff, and it's jam packed. The smart salespeople will go hang out there and pass out cards and stuff. But we get reviews that say customers are like, we like you being closed Sunday, so we can go look at our own time, our own leisure. So we give them that. Plus, we need a day off too.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's Monday through Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 7 or 8 a.m.
Service opens at 7. Sales really starts at 9. Our people start trickling in about 8:30 for sales. Service closes at 6. Sales stays open until the last customer leaves.
And to shut it all. Oh my bad. To shut it all down though.
What time is the last customer normally? I mean, I know whenever I've been, it's dark sometimes. So.
It depends on the day. I mean, if like we're closing out the month, everybody's trained to come get the best deal at the end of the month. So, I mean, those last few days of the month, we could stay till 10, 11.
Do y'all ever try to actually train the customer? I mean, as far as like, flip it around.
Good
I mean,
question.
in the marketing form, you want to be as available as you can to these guys, but you're tracking getting stats. Obviously,
That's right.
You just said that you are. You said
That's
you know,
right.
you know when they're coming in. Do you try to train them to say, okay, I know it's easier if I can get you here because this is easier for me?
Sure.
Is that something that you guys use as a tactic, or?
Well, we try to train customers in time of like come when nobody else is coming.
Right.
People want to avoid the rush and they want to get through the process faster, which is what's notorious in the car business of it taking forever. And if you come, January 11th, which is tomorrow, the rush is gone from New Year's Eve, which is a huge day in the car business. New Year's Eve is like to the wall, always is. We've never sold, in my history, I've never sold less than 20 cars on New Year's Eve.
Wow.
And this year was no different. But the whole time leading up to it is it's unreal.
Well,
So yeah, we're trying to train people to come the rest of the month
all the
and
time.
not,
You
not
want them to
stack
come
it
all the time.
all the way at the end where it's chaos for them and us.
And then, how'd you get started in this industry?
Okay, so my family has been in it forever. My grandfather started with Pontiac in 1971, downtown Gulfport, and then he moved it to Pass Road, and it was Pontiac, Mercedes, GMC. He started off as a Mercedes dealer just to service cars. The guy he bought the Pontiac franchise from had the rights to service Mercedes. So when he moved, Mercedes said, okay, you can keep that as long as
what is that worth?
Mercedes was worth a good pretty
penny.
penny.
The right to service only Mercedes. I would think that would be
in 1971.
Probably not much.
It was a thorn in his side. He didn't like it because nobody was buying them then.
Okay, but
And
nowadays
they
that
didn't
would
have
be
the
like
cachet back
That's
then.
like Bitcoin profit. If you're the only person you can do it.
You're right. Like Pontiac was his baby, and like the year he sold the business, GMC killed Pontiac that year. And I grew up loving Pontiac because that's what got it all started. He worked for GMAC, General Motors Acceptance Corp, their finance arm, and they said he was from Batesville, Mississippi.
Okay, I was just up there.
Long Ole Miss fan and alumni, and they said, we've got a Pontiac franchise available in Tampa or on the coast in Gulfport. And he was a Mississippi boy. He was going to stay in Mississippi. So Gulfport, here it is. If he'd have picked Tampa, I wouldn't know you two guys right now. So
You've probably been to Burns Steakhouse, though, because that's fire food in Tampa.
I wouldn't. I'm sure some things would have been pretty good about it.
Yeah.
So growing up, it's always been the car business for you then.
It has. I started washing cars when my dad would bring me to work when I was 12 or 13 and walking around the dealership talking to people. And, I talked to that suede jacket salesman that was slick and went and had 2 martinis at lunch. That's the way it used to be. And this was in the early 90s too.
I feel like it still might be a little bit.
I guarantee you none of my
You run
team
a tight ship.
are drinking martinis. They wouldn't be able to get the job done. But
No.
but that's the way it really was. And I grew up around them on some stinky wood panel walls with everybody smoking cigarettes and it was just kind of the Wild West a little bit, but I didn't know any better. That's just the way it was. I just loved the smell of tires in the showroom and parking cars inside was a concept that I had to grasp in the very beginning.
Whenever I was a kid, that was always one of the coolest things.
There's cars inside.
Where's the door that's big enough to get this in here?
Yes.
That's always kind of still to this day because there's some doors that are kind of hidden.
Yeah, I got to figure it out.
Yes. What's fun is I used to, whenever I travel and stuff, I'll drive through dealership parking lots and go right past their employees only signs because you just drive around like you know what you're doing. And everybody's like, oh, yeah, this person's probably delivering something or bringing us something or coming to see a coworker or whatever. You can drive around dealerships like you own them if you just act.
If you just act like you do. I've lived my whole life like that.
That's
before we were 21 and we were sneaking into the casino and I used to tell our friends, I'm just like, man, just act like you own the ground you walk on. They're going to mess with you.
It's attitude's everything.
Attitude's
everything, yeah.
But being in sales, I see some tactics, like I was asking earlier, but it takes time to hone in on them. And you've been doing this now for how long?
Let's see. I've been professionally involved for 13 years now, but I've been washing cars since the mid-'90s and doing all the little jobs in between. And I've worked for a few other dealerships when I was in school and worked with brands. I worked with Oxford Toyota at Ole Miss, and I sold one Ford. They had a Ford Toyota store. I sold one Ford truck there. Then I went to Northwood University in West Palm Beach, Florida. They had an automotive program.
Really?
And I worked for Brayman Motor Cars, and they are a behemoth. And they sell Rolls-Royce, Bentley, BMW, Mini, Porsche, and Audi. Or at least right there in Palm Beach they do. And I worked at that store, and that was an education.
I'm sure.
And I became the Rolls-Royce Bentley porter, which meant I was the gopher. I went and drove stuff around. I picked up Jimmy Buffett's Bentley from his house on A1A Beachfront Avenue. Yeah, and it was super cool. He
what
wasn't
music
there.
was playing in his radio?
That's good. I don't remember that one. That's a good.
Cheeseburger in
It
Paradise.
was a
I was
good.
gonna tell myself it was that.
Yeah.
No, like what if it was like I don't know, Warren G. Like, you know what I mean?
That
Like,
would have been cool.
like, you know what I'm talking about, like sidetrack, because there's a lot of people that listen to different kind of music.
I'll tell you what, the coolest part was when I dropped that car off, this guy answered the door, and I never really talked to these celebrities. I drove Celine Dion's, Alan Jackson's, and Jimmy Buffett's Bentleys during that time, and I never met any of them, but I met their helpers. And the guy that answered the door at Jimmy Buffett's house was from the coast, and he's like, I've known Jimmy forever. He pays me to basically live here and take care of his stuff. I was like, how cool of a job is this? How'd you get this gig?
I remember I was in Tampa, Florida. We were talking about Tampa earlier. I was in there doing some work. We were in a training class, and we went to Hulk Hogan's bar.
Huh.
And I'm with some of my coworkers, and I remember having a few drinks, and I look over, and I'm like, man, if I don't see Hulk Hogan, I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah.
What kind of guy would have a bar, have his name on it?
Yeah.
And he wasn't there, but I go to the bathroom, and I'm using the urinal, and I look over to the right of me, and Jimmy Hart is in the bathroom with me, and I'm just like, oh, it's Jimmy Hart, even better. It couldn't have been. It couldn't have went
shake
down
his hands right there?
No. We came. We washed hands. We came out, and I was like, "Can I have a picture?" I got a picture of me and Jimmy Hart. But it was,
yeah.
I only got one Tampa store for you guys. I discovered IKEA.
Yeah.
And they have food there, and it's banging.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I
In
got
the
lost.
IKEA store.
Yeah, I've never been to an IKEA, and I seen it, and I went in there, so they got good food. It's like because I do the little Honda Ruckuses.
Yeah.
These little scooters.
Okay.
So I was over there getting scooter
I know
parts.
this.
So
Yeah.
I have two of them, and but have you had IKEA food?
No, I've been into IKEA, but I've never had food there.
They make it where it's like it's a strategy, but they got it all set up where you're.
Do they have you assemble the food yourself?
That's a good question. I think it was like a Piccadilly's.
Like the way they do their furniture?
Yeah. No. Have you spent money there?
No.
Yeah, it's
My
scary.
wife has, but I haven't.
Oh well.
She does that. She does that type of shopping.
That's my Tampa story. IKEA, you don't need to come to the coast.
There you go.
You don't.
No, I think it's too fancy for the coast anyway.
it's not.
Yeah.
It's like Sam's Club on steroids.
Really?
That's all it is. I mean, it's because they want you to stay there. Kind of like when you go to Sam's and you get that pizza.
Yeah.
That
Yeah, they
99
don't want you to leave.
saving the money.
No
get the
windows,
99 cent
right?
pizza.
No
That's
windows.
right.
That's what y'all should do in the car lot. No, no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
So I remember you mentioned you used to DJ.
I did.
What was your DJ name?
Yeah.
My company's name was Audio Ambition. That was our gig. I wanted to call myself DJ Jam Master J, but then I learned that I very well couldn't do that one. That didn't last long though, because we were the type of DJs that DJ'd proms and high school homecomings and little kids' birthday parties, and we had this group of girls that loved to have dances in this period, and we did all of their dances for like 4 years in a row. Every time they had a birthday,
They kept you employed.
It was a good target market, and it worked out well. I had a great time doing it. I had a great partner that helped book half the gigs.
So what would it take for you to come back out of retirement and mix it up, like at the company Christmas party or something?
I think all my CDs might skip a little bit.
Did you ever do any of your own beats or any of your own music? Or
Not
no?
really. No, I wasn't too authentic there.
Did you have like the Jock Jam CD?
Oh yeah.
You're not a DJ of a prom dance if you don't have jock.
Oh
jam.
yeah.
At least back then.
Yeah. Booty Mix '96. I mean, I had it all.
You gotta have the
those were
slow
good
dance
stuff.
where you just kind of
man.
back and
I'm
forth.
gonna
ask
slow
that-
it down for
you.
you.
know, I was in the Jock Jam era, and then my mom really got it off, and she went to see her late, got in church, and she changed my Jam Out CDs to Wow CDs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Creed.
Yeah.
No, Wow.
Wow, 94.
Like went
Now,
up and it was like
wow. Now that's what I call music stuff. Yeah.
So yeah, but no man, I tell you that's some good music though because it's got that complex feel, it got the skating ring feel.
Yeah.
Did you ever jam out to like some Fantasy Girl?
Fantasy Girl. No, I don't.
Johnny
think so.
O.
No.
Eddie Murphy out party all the time.
Eddie party all the time. Yeah. I mean, everybody had to play that one.
That was my ringtone.
Yeah.
You remember it?
Yeah,
That was my Razor, my Motorola Razor. That's what I jammed out to, and I thought I was the coolest kid because I had a Motorola Razor, and I got passing. Everybody had the Nokias,
I had the brick.
and I got the Razor, and I'm like, oh, I can put music on there. What?
Yep.
I got the Nokia that slid up. I don't remember what it was called. It was black. It was like a little square rectangle.
Nokia 810, I think.
Was that it?
I think so. I think I
It
had
was
it.
dope. It was like the.
So
like
was
a
that the one you
switchblade
could play
phone.
Snake on?
I think you could. No, that was the one before that one. This one had a
Okay.
color screen and everything.
That
But
was the one I had.
What year did you graduate from Gulfport?
2000. On the dot.
So you're like, you live in Gulfport, you own a dealership in Gulfport, like
I am diehard Gulfport. Yeah,
you're rooted in Gulfport.
pretty hardcore.
Would
yeah.
you ever move out of Gulfport?
I would. I actually looked at a place in Pastor Shan for a little while, and
It's
actually,
so pretty over there.
yeah, it really is. But I think Gulfport's where I'm going to end up staying. So, yeah.
And it's one city. It's a
It
good
is-
city. I'm
it
enjoying
is a good
myself.
city.
But I have considered
They got
myself
Cajuns.
a coastian because we sell cars to people all over the place, and I have employees from all over the place, and we all get together in various fashions and go to different places. So, you know.
Yeah, I visit all over too. I've been more so frequent Bay St. Louis recently.
Yeah,
I'm getting real good vibes from over that
Definitely.
way, man. We were talking about it the other day.
What's that? Was it Brandon's girlfriend's bar over there? What was
the
it?
Ugly Pirate.
The Ugly Pirate.
Yeah, we went and sat in there not too long ago. Me and him did, and had a couple drinks. It's quaint. It's small.
Yeah. Shout out Brandon Murky Waters.
There you go.
Good food at Murky Waters and good drinks over at the Ugly Pirate. But my girlfriend, her mom lives over there.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful layout. Like
Yeah.
the beach area is way nicer.
Yeah.
I feel like than Biloxi Gulfport Beach.
Yeah, that
Don't-
new hotel's
don't-
coming up
don't
too.
get
It's
in-
almost done.
What
That new hotel? I don't know what the name of it is, but it's almost finished. I was over there like 2 weekends ago.
Is Baytown? Is Bay St. Louis about to be the party spot?
I don't know. It is. It really is.
I would
if
do
they
that.
had like a better. I mean, the boardwalk area is pretty big. But
Yeah.
they got room to grow
Yeah,
too. I feel
yeah,
like
they do.
if
They
they
do.
ever wanted to expand.
Blind Tiger's got a good spread. They're all up and down that row, and there's more room. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not. We can go check it out.
I had a buddy of mine. He got married. I guess it was a couple months ago, and they had their just like after party at that Dan B's place. And
Yeah.
we went there, and we were on. They had the upstairs place all rented out, and I mean, you could overlook like the whole city pretty much from that spot.
Nice.
Do they still have the Mockingbird?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not that much.
I'm not over there
familiar
enough
with it.
yet. But hey, this is that's how it starts.
Yeah, it really is. It really is.
Yeah.
But so what's your spots in Gulfport? Where do you like to hang out over here?
Oh goodness. I don't get to hang out that much.
No?
I don't go out that much. Especially this last year, it feels like it. You know, I do recall we were having a conversation about like what are you going to do when all this is over with? And I like to go have a good Roost Chris steak and then go to the Hard Rock. The Hard Rock is if I'm gonna do something and go out that night, I'm gonna go.
Shout
to the
out to
Hard Rock
Nick.
Generally,
Have you met Nick?
Nick.
My
who?
buddy Nick Hook.
He's a
No.
bartender there.
No, really.
He's the street artist that did the Fishbone Alley Girl,
Okay.
and
okay.
he's I don't know if you got a picture. I got a picture of him, but
Yeah, I don't have a picture of him
But
like
he's-
on standby.
he's a
You got one in
bartender
your
at-
wallet. You can show
Center
him.
Bar.
At Center Bar. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I should get a wallet picture of him.
Yeah, and you should have one of all of your friends and guests.
Yeah, I mean, I think we should do
Yeah.
it. But yeah, do you? So we go there like gambling.
A little bit. I'll do some roulette. I like playing the roulette.
What's your
wheel.
numbers?
Oh man, it's 1720 right there in the middle of the table.
1720?
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I'll do a little bit of the outside, middle row, middle third, black black is my number, and then split 1720, and
17's my number.
if it hits 1720,
So I'm a 21 guy, 23 from MJ,
yeah.
and then 27. Those-
September 17th is my birthday.
Okay.
So I've hit on 17.
I have yes.
And the short little story on that. Before James Bennett's dad passed away recently, I remember him asking me, I don't really gamble, and he's battling cancer, and they went to Vegas, and he goes, I've never played roulette really, blah blah, and he's like, what's your lucky number? And I was like, I always put it on 17, at least $10, $15, whatever, 17.
Yep.
I'm not shitting you.
Yeah.
He went to the casino. I think he put 25
Wow.
and hit 17.
Whew.
And I said, and that's what started his night. I'm
Oh,
like,
man.
oh man,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
What was that
Yeah.
pay like 36 to 1 or something?
think
like
so.
That? Yeah. That's
My problem is I give it back.
yeah. Well, hey, it's good quality entertainment. So if you can make a little bit in the beginning and stick around for a little while,
yeah, that's the way
it's
I
all-
look
it's
at
all
it. You're
worth
gonna
it,
pay
you know?
to be some. Everything costs money
Yeah.
anyway. Now, how much are you gonna spend per location?
You're
or
right.
whatever, so.
That's what just made me think about it. I go to the Hard Rock because I like live music, and I miss bands at the Hard Rock Live.
I miss
that's
bands,
that's
period,
one of the
man.
best venues I think on the coast.
The little center
Are we
bar.
talk- are we
or-
talking a
or
Roadhouse?
The,
Or
the
live.
Roadhouse.
The,
Okay, in the
the
back.
live, like
That's
I
when we
had
do our
ticket-
Neptunalia party where we had
Yeah.
Yin Yang Twins in there last
Yeah.
year.
That used to be Roadhouse.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
Patrick Swayze
Yeah.
bar is what we called
Yeah.
it when we were
Every weekend I was there. Every weekend.
Yeah.
I was too.
Yeah.
It was a wild place, and whenever the dance floor would get lit, you could feel the whole bar just like
Yeah.
shaking.
What was
bouncing.
that bar upstairs?
It's
At the
boogie.
top
was,
floor?
was it Rise?
The Rise.
Ah,
Yes.
top floor.
The DJ Tin Man was playing.
I was there their opening night. It was on 07/07/07, and that's when they opened back up after not being able to open after Katrina. And that was also right when I was starting to work at the dealership. And they opened that one time in the afternoon, and the lights were going down. And Kid Rock opened that night for the whole Hard Rock deal at Live, and he was in there that afternoon, and it was a really neat atmosphere. But from then on, you couldn't go in there till like 9 o'clock.
It was super weird.
The wee hours. I was like, they need to open this thing up from 5 to 7 because it was a super cool environment to see the sun go down up in there.
I remember it was one of the first places on the coast that you had to have like a dress code to get in.
Yeah,
You couldn't have shorts. You had. I mean, I don't even think you could wear jeans at one point.
Yeah.
Had to be like slacks to go in there. So, whatever happened with that? That's probably like some big time player suite now.
That was, I think they split it up into a few suites. That was Randy Gerber's gig. He was Cindy Crawford's husband that opened that bar and was
Dude,
like,
it was pretty sweet bar.
Yeah,
It had a little balcony outside. I never saw the sunset there, but I have.
That was the only night they ever opened it early.
I do remember standing out there.
Yeah. I was there at late nights too, but that one night that was and they had $14 drinks and
I'll tell you a good spot I enjoy going to. We're talking about the Hard Rock, that Margaritaville, that little whatever that I waited for you for Mardi Gras, that Lock Key. What's that one bar where you can see a good sunset? Have you been there?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It's on the 10th floor of Margaritaville.
So Margaritaville, they have like the kid stuff.
Yeah,
Then upstairs, like they have this bar where it's
the
just
low key lounge. Maybe
it's just nothing but glass, and you see everything like it's glass everywhere, and you just sit there and have drinks. And
cool.
It's,
Yeah,
never
been
see
there.
from like
I didn't even know that
from like the
existed.
Scarlet Pearl all the way to like
dude,
Deer
it's like
Island.
it's kind of like the blue, the blue bar, at Treasure Bay. It's like that hidden secret.
Okay.
It's the same concept, but no,
They took a bunch of damage during that last storm. They're not even open yet.
Treasure Bay.
No,
Margaritaville.
Yeah. They're still not open.
They're still not open. They
What?
said they were expecting February to be their open date.
Yeah.
So.
That storm was a sleeper, man.
It really was,
is.
man. It did
Did
a
it
lot
harm
of
the
damage
dealership?
on the coast.
It didn't do. We had some lot lights fall off the poles, and one light fall on a car. So we had one car damaged. The lights fell down, but I mean, I was just amazed at all the trees that came down and branches and the debris piles that generated from 4 hours.
I was out for over a week. Power.
Yeah.
The power box inside the house had an oak tree limb come down, hit the line, and rip the whole entire.
Oh yeah.
So I had to get that all replaced, and then I had to get the city to come, permit or whatever. But we were out of power for
Nobody expected that.
No,
Nobody did.
Even friends that I have that don't live here anymore, and they were like, oh, there's a hurricane here. I thought that went to Lake Charles or to Orange Beach or whatever.
Man.
Yeah, I was like, no, we actually did get something this year, and it was significant.
Yeah.
I'm glad it stopped.
Yes.
I was getting scared because there was another one coming. I was like, oh, I couldn't take another.
Yeah, was there a new one in the bay? Like or not the bay, the Gulf. Like every time I looked, there'd be 2 or 3 more like right behind them.
Yeah,
2020 was a year.
No kidding.
It was a year of it was a roller coaster.
It needed to end.
Oh yeah.
Why did we decide to start a podcast on that year?
I don't know.
Some really good things were started. In
So you can only do so you can only go better from there.
Your episode was it 49?
I think so. Yeah.
Your episode 49.
All right.
So in a year we've been turning out some episodes. So it's like we started Jordan Matthew.
It's been a fun ride. We clearly don't know what we're doing still.
It's all about conversation.
But yeah, that's the beautiful thing about it, man. We get good guests like you guys. We get little surprise guests like this guy. But whenever y'all come in here, we get to talk about your story. We get to talk about the coast.
Definitely.
Get to talk about, promote some business a little bit. And that's what we're all about here. Just trying to build these people up, build the coast up.
I'll get him.
Yeah. We got Jordan's son Oliver that just walked in. He's playing with his bouncy ball.
Big man over.
Just so you guys know. Hey, stick his head in the podcast. No, don't do that. Get him out of here.
There it is.
There he is. Say hey, Oliver.
Hey.
Okay. Hey, look, he's a little sneaky. I bet his mom don't even know he's up here. But so, man, how many cars you said did you guys sell last year?
We sold about 3,000 cars last year.
3,000 cars.
Yeah,
That's unreal.
Yeah.
And I guess in the industry norm, where you rank there?
Gosh, I don't really know.
You don't pay attention to that?
Well, no, I do. It's just it depends on what brand you sell because you got to look at it. Like there's 1,200 Toyota dealerships in the United States, 1,250, 1,300 somewhere in there. There's about 4,000 Ford stores. There's 5 Ford stores on the coast of Mississippi.
I didn't even think. See, that's I guess stuff I don't know.
Yeah, so there's 5 on the coast of Mississippi, and there's just 2 Toyota stores on the coast. So 5 are doing the a volume of business that two are doing. So Toyota stores by natural are selling higher volume than most franchises.
Is that how it's always been?
Because there's fewer of us.
Right.
And well, I mean, since Toyota's been a real positive brand and doing a real good job, which has been as long as I've been around it. So
Right.
yeah, it's so the average dealership I think sells about 500, 600, 700 cars a year. And that, I mean, it depends on whether you're a strong
So we're
used
way
car
better
dealer
than the average
or a new car.
dealership.
Toyota dealers on average are higher volume stores in most markets
what's
because
up.
there's fewer of us.
Let me ask you this. So I was we went to Costa Rica a couple years ago, and they had all these different like cars that I'd never seen before. And I think Toyota had a truck that was there, and I guess they don't pass emissions for the United States, so they send them to other places.
The Hilux.
Was that what it was? I couldn't remember what it was.
The Hilux is basically our Tacoma.
Okay.
But their version of it, and it's sold all over the world. That's not
So
sold
just
here.
not here.
And it is a diesel too. People ask me all the time, is Toyota coming out with a diesel? Well, they've had diesel tech for a long time, and they just won't bring it to the United States because it
Which
doesn't
one's
pass.
this?
Well, any diesel truck is not in the United States, but the Hilux is a Toyota truck that's sold all over the world that's not sold here. It's basically our Tacoma.
So could we pull some strings and maybe, I don't know,
No.
drive one around somewhere?
You probably get one, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know how the
Toyota makes like a Hummer too, right?
well, I mean, they've always said the Land Cruiser, so
No, I'm saying like they like one of the countries I was like watching some YouTube videos like a military looking Hummer.
I wouldn't be shocked.
That might be the
that's not-
Hilux
that's
thing
Not that
I
I know
was talking
of. Yeah.
about because it looked different, but it was Toyota for sure, and
Yeah.
there was a couple other different ones that I saw, and I was just I've never seen one of these before.
They last.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a little Scion XB that I think I bought from y'all.
Yeah,
I still drive it daily.
yeah, that's a great. Little
I mean,
car.
I love Toyota. I mean, they're just good on gas and they last.
That's it. That's it.
I mean, remember the Hondas back in the day and Toyotas?
Yeah.
How many people did you know with a Toyota Camry?
Everybody.
Yes. Yes.
A mother,
Yeah.
a father.
Yep.
All right, so what's y'all snacks that y'all keep in the dealership
That's a
whenever
good
y'all got
question.
whenever somebody walks in, I always think of like Ashton Schaefer BMW. Woo, have you seen Eastbound and Down with Will Ferrell's role there?
Yeah.
But they always want to entice people in the dealership. They want people there. So you got like a popcorn maker, you got like a coffee maker. What you bringing to the table
Muffins?
I love this question. This is great. I never get these kind of questions. I have to say this. We did have popcorn and we did have community coffee, and we'd offer free bottled water, but not at all this year because people can't have congregation
here? Gotta go with
spaces.
individual sealed
They can't
packages.
touch things, or we would have to serve it to them.
Right.
And our popcorn maker would definitely not pass the COVID test. So we've cut popcorn out of the equation, which kind of stinks because people got used to it. We did it ever since we moved into that new store up there in 2010. We've made popcorn every day, multiple batches a day. But we're not serving coffee or any of that stuff right now.
It's for the aroma effect.
Oh man,
You
I don't
can
even
think-
smell it anymore.
They
It
make
just-
cookie spray, like air freshener that
Yeah.
smells like fresh cookies. Maybe they
Yeah.
got popcorn and you can just spray it around and tease people to get them in there.
So all that's cut out right now.
It's all cut out. Yeah, and it's
It's a sad time in life.
Yes, and our customer lounge is like one seat, spread out everywhere. We don't have near the cars inside we used to keep inside because all these seats have to be spread out and everybody's got to
I
be
mean, that's a pretty large
social distance. I wish they could have used the word physical distancing instead of
Yeah,
social
I
distancing.
agree.
We don't need to socially
It sounds
separate
so
ourselves.
depressing.
We just need to physically separate ourselves. I agree.
It does. It does sound depressing, like social distancing.
Yeah, I don't like it.
No, physical.
I don't know who named it.
Socially, we're still cool.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Yeah, it's there comes a fine line, and I look at the industry for even for myself, being in the mattress industry. There's so much you got to take on like to do now, and it's just one of the things. What happens when we get the next one?
Mm-hmm.
What if it happens when we get the next strand of something?
I mean,
Yeah.
when is the end? You can ask yourself that.
Oh,
And,
my goodness.
and there's not.
Yeah.
Our kids are going to be asking, and then their kids are going to be, when will
Yeah.
it stop? When
Yeah.
will the end?
Yeah, I mean, well,
people fear the unknown no matter what.
Oh, my
Well, we
gosh.
go in a
Taking
bubble.
precaution is the only thing you can do, but that's exactly it. I know y'all both seen the movie Bubble Boy.
Bubble Boy's a good
yeah,
movie.
and he wouldn't have got to experience anything in life had he not been inside that bubble or scared and trapped in the bubble.
Yep.
But, so I don't know. It's a matter of, do you listen? Do you follow? Are you the
Yep.
a
Yep.
sheep that just is scared or anything?
Oh,
Are you
goodness.
going to go be the the conqueror? What
Yeah.
would Lewis and Clark do? They're gonna go.
Yeah.
They're gonna go
Yeah.
do it. They had diseases back then.
Yes.
I-
yes.
But I also think, like you said, that point, like the social distancing thing, just like it doesn't sound fun,
No.
and the signs are creepy.
Yes.
The signs are extremely creepy. Like
Yeah.
they're just like, "Do not enter."
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, as a salesman, okay, you got to talk to people, and any kind of barrier that you have
Completely.
is an excuse to use not to talk to people.
Yes.
And the mask could be a barrier. The distancing could be a barrier. The fact that they're not coming to you could be a barrier. So you're just adding more things in there. And you know, I think I told you this story one day. I went to a restaurant. I'm not going to name it, but I ordered my food, and the girl brings me like 3 different dishes that I didn't order. And I was like, "What is this?" And she was like, and then I'm like, "You heard me say the wrong order because you had we got these masks on." I'm like,
Yes.
I didn't even order this
Yes.
stuff. And
You
then
could
she
have
got-
repeated it
She
to
got
me and I
mad at
wouldn't heard
me, and I was just like, I mean, I'll eat it. You know, I'm not going to waste the food.
Yeah.
But the mask was a barrier in that
Yes.
scenario. You know, so
Yes.
My thing is mask with people driving,
that's
By
funny.
themselves.
Yeah.
huh?
By themselves.
And but I mean, I almost got hit because I was like, some lady had a mask on. She's like, you know, she's doing this with her mask and driving it. I mean,
Jeez.
yeah, that's the restaurant thing. I'm with you on that too, because I've had that too, where they try to have like,
Yeah. Tell you the specials.
yeah, you don't know. You're like,
Well, imagine if I was asking for the specs on a car and you just got want
Yes.
back, and you know, I'm just like, okay,
Yep.
next.
You know, I think in the car business for us right now, it's basically like, you know, put it on. If you are you cool? Are we cool? For you know, can I or
Can we get in the
not?
car?
Or you know, if,
Yeah.
look, we're gonna
Same
mirror
thing
what
like
the
a college
customer
sex
wants.
life.
yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
are we cool?
Are we gonna go this next step or no? You know.
will it? And that's the question. Is like, will it? Will it? What's the next thing? I mean, am I gonna be? I just feel like I need to get a
I feel like
whole,
we just make stuff.
make it up
hazmat
hazmat
not
suits.
bad stuff, but just like make
Yeah.
things up.
Like, what if I walked into Allen Toyota in a hazmat suit? You know what I mean? Like test drives, bro.
As long
That'd
as I
be
can,
funny.
as long as I can film it and
Yeah,
we
yeah,
can make
yeah,
a little,
yeah.
make a little
We could
thing
definitely
out of
make a
it.
commercial out of that.
And talking about that, you're a star of your own commercials.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy your commercials.
Yeah, you're famous
What-
for your commercials.
How long have you been doing that? And when did you start getting comfortable with doing it? Because you pop these things out a lot now.
Yes. Every month.
But you used to do them back in the day. I mean, I remember you and your brother used to be on these things.
That's right.
That was a long time ago.
Yep.
And
My
we just
sister.
we've been seeing, yeah, even longer than that.
My
Yeah.
sister started. Yeah, she was on them in like 2005, 6, and 7, and then my brother and I came back in 2007, and we started doing them. We did a few, the three of us together, and then Scott and I started doing them, and he started doing the Hyundai commercials, and I started doing the Toyota commercials, and then we did them both together for a long time. But I've been doing them for 13 years now. But we've had an advertising agency. We've worked with WLOX for the last, I think, 6 years. I've had a videographer that works with me, Michael Terrell, and we have All Terrain Productions, and we produce our own stuff, and we come up with ideas every month. And the stuff that you see now that's just me, it's him and me. We try
That's
to,
kind of
try to get
what me and
creative
Jordan
every
do.
month.
That's what me and
Yeah.
Jordan do. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, it's a hustle. So I respect you for that.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I mean, anybody could go in there and attempt to do it, or pay somebody else to do it. But whenever you take the bull by the horns, and
Yeah. I never plan to be a spokesperson like out in front. I'm kind of an introvert too.
you can tell.
When people notice me and stuff, they're you know, I'm not first to speak generally, but it's interesting to have done this for as long as I have, and I believe me, the time has like already started to cross my mind of how do I pull myself out of this. And you know, if we ever represent other dealerships and stuff, I mean, do I have to make a commercial for every single one every
Probably
month? I
do,
mean,
yeah.
what
Or hire
how's it-
somebody like
Good.
Brett Favre, or, you know, like Terrain.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I don't know, Brett.
I mean, no, I don't. But I remember Butch Oslet in the commercials back when we were kids.
Yeah,
and
him.
we'll beat your best deal,
Regardless.
and
That's
it,
right.
and it stood the test of time.
That's
Here
right.
I am.
He
You
started-
remember it? We all
Oh,
remember
yeah.
The
it. So-
cheesy commercials
Oh, yeah.
win. I love the cheesy.
Pretty much, and car dealerships there's no shortage of
Oh
cheesy
yeah, no,
commercials.
it's cheesy. I
Yes.
mean, that's and so. What does it make like when you do that commercial and you'll put in the time and you see an increase? That's got to feel like you've.
Yeah, I've always tried to watch whether our message drives traffic or not, or whether it's just us being repetitively out there and
Both.
and doing stuff through radio commercials. That's what I'm torn on, but I'm still kind of a believer in some local terrestrial radio here. That
you gotta be.
Not, that not everybody is listening to Spotify or streaming or something all the time.
The presence has to be there. Yeah, they're not. They're not.
But
That's the fact.
We do that, and I go cut that spot every month, and we make 1 or 2 TV spots, and it's just an ongoing thing.
How much money do you spend in marketing a year for one dealership? And you don't have to tell me.
I'm gonna hold that one back. That's a trade secret.
It's a good bit though. I mean, I would
it's
imagine.
a lot.
It's a fortune.
Yeah. I'd say we probably spend more than most dealerships, but I mean, we've just built it up to that, and we've maintained it for a long time.
You got to market yourself. You are your product too, not just the cars.
That's right.
Your customers, they're there for you guys, you and your employees. You know, they're like family. And in insurance, it's a family thing, and I'm sure your guys, they want to see the repeat customers. So got customers that have bought, their parents bought cars from you, and then they drove that car until the wheels fell off, and then they're coming back to buy another car from you, and that just speaks volumes about y'all as a company. So kudos to that too, man.
It's super cool when somebody comes up to me and says, "Look, I bought a GTO from your grandfather in 1972, and then I bought a Toyota Corolla in 1989, and then
can you find me an 86?"
On and on and on. I probably could, maybe.
The Toyota Corolla, the E86, the Corollas, man, they have spiked up in value. I'm talking 10, 15 grand right now for an 86 Corolla.
This is an interesting topic right here. Is cars that are becoming classics that were not classics. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. This could
so
dovetail
give me some
into
insider trading. What's going? What are the cars?
Well, let's talk South Mississippi. Like we were saying, Toyota trucks, Toyota single cab or extended cab, late 80s, early 90s model
with the
trucks that were the P/U. They didn't even have a name back then. They were just pickups. And you either had the extra cab or the single cab, and that was it.
In the back.
And the pinstripes, the crazy lightning, like whatever pinstripes they had, the overdone.
Oh, those
were
the
in the
best
St.
ones.
Martin parking lot.
I have one of those. A 94 with the stripe up the side.
So those are climbing in price now. Those are turning into classics.
Those are valuable vehicles now, and they're not. I got T-boned in one of these trucks one time, and an insurance company said that the value of this car is $1,500. I was like, not in South Mississippi, it's not. and I'm a dealer, and I just paid more for it than that. And they ultimately came around. They were like, look, sir, we know the value of vehicles. And I was like, well, I'll give you that, but there's one profession that might know them a little bit better, and that's car dealers. And that's what I am.
No doubt.
It's like, this car's worth more than what
have you restored any?
Yes, I have a 94 that's an automatic, and I love it. It's a V6. I also have a 92 that's a stick, and it's an extended cab, and I've got another 94 that's a single cab, and yes,
he's obsessed.
So where do you keep all these old cars?
Those are the 3 I have now. I've had numerous ones, but I'll buy and sell them, and
Matt said, "Did you keep them at Toyota?"
No. Well, one of them is there right now. One of them is there. Yeah, because I don't have enough parking at my house to keep these cars.
Do you keep it humble and drive those to work every day, or?
I do. I drive them all the time. All the time. I
they
love
probably
them.
get better gas mileage.
Completely. But I don't really need a whole lot of the frills of cars that they have now.
Like the vibrating butts.
Well, I drove my car over here just now, and it was cold outside, and then first thing I did was boop. Hand warmer, steering wheel warmer, and I'm just like, okay.
You have a steering wheel warmer in the Caddy?
Yeah, and then
nice.
boop, butt warmer.
Now, I will do a butt warmer.
It was good. It was good. And within seconds, I went from being, freezing cold to warm.
That's it.
And I'm thinking, man, it wasn't that long ago whenever I remember like huddling over my little heater thing in my truck.
Push
and I'm like,
that thing all the way over.
And make some weird noises and weird smells coming out. To see the progression of vehicles has been absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
And to see, what will they think of next there? You got Elon Musk changing the game right now with, automated cars.
Yeah.
Certainly Toyota's probably already doing the same thing.
Toyota invested in Tesla early on. They sold their investment, which they should have held it, but Toyota's not that type of company. They like to participate in the new stuff and then go, okay, we're going to go back to doing our thing. I got a theory on Tesla, and it's not just automotive. I think Elon Musk is building this Tesla world, with solar panel roofs and neighborhoods, and
he's collecting data.
Yeah, and that too.
That's what he's doing.
And cars are just like his break into, decades from now they go, oh yeah, and we were one of those people that bought the cars right when he first started, but
Yeah.
now it's this whole Tesla world.
Kind of like
That's what I think he's up to.
BMW, they derived off of airplane motors, and you see the
Mercedes too.
you see
Yeah.
the progression of different businesses. But one thing that I was reading an article on Tesla, and they said that they have a camera that actually records 24/7.
Oh yeah.
What?
And
Oh yeah.
it could be sitting in your front yard.
They're storing that data.
Okay, so
definitely.
they're storing this data, and what is that worth? We were talking,
There's no telling.
we were having conversations. Yeah, if you knew who bought Toyotas and when they bought Toyota, that's what we were talking about just a few
Yeah.
minutes ago. Just
Yeah.
stats,
Yeah.
you could pretty much predict. Okay, Jimmy will be here
Yeah.
on January.
You're saying
11th.
You said
Oh,
24 hours?
It's not just Tesla doing that. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
There's-
it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
these guys are doing it too.
Yeah,
you
I
know?
mean, when you hop in the car and it says, you got this much to your destination, it's talking with it. Yeah, and you're Bluetoothed up to it. It's-
24 hours, yeah.
listening. Especially with Apple CarPlay and all those things that are available now.
Have you drove a Tesla?
I have.
You like it?
It's neat. It's a neat car. I didn't think the suspension was that great, but that wasn't what it was for. It was all about it's electric, and the screen was huge. This
Have you
was
seen the
about
video
4
of the
years
guy
ago.
taking a nap while the Tesla's driving?
That's creepy.
Yeah, that part scares me still. I mean, I'm sure one day it'll be fine, but
Well, I watched the documentary. I do some trucking insurance for the long haul truckers, and I watched the documentary one time, and it was talking about automated trucks and what they're going to eventually phase out the truck driving industry, and they're in my industry. They want to go automated. They want to be able to do it online. You guys want to do it too. You have a presence. You have to have a presence.
Yep.
Right. You got a website.
Yep.
You can communicate with people through this website, but you can never take that relationship out of the business.
yep, that's right.
And in the truck driving industry, there's still relationships there, so it's going to be an interesting future to see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm just not a fan. Like I still
of the all automation stuff.
I'd like to be able to put the gas pedal
I'm with
down.
you 100%.
I drive a 04 Ford Lightning.
Yes.
And it's still got the 6 CD changer in it. Like
yes.
it's
Do you
it's
have
got-
CDs in it though?
yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I do.
What CDs are in there right now?
Frank Sinatra Christmas is my favorite.
There we go.
That's my favorite
I like-
Christmas.
I like some Frank, yeah.
Falls from Grace.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Jared Seymour.
Little White. I ain't gonna lie about that one. And I think I have Little White. Maybe Earshot.
Okay.
Remember that Earshot from back in the day?
I don't know.
No, I don't know that one.
That waiting song.
Okay.
Sing it for us.
I don't know. I can't sing right now. I will play it later. And maybe could be Nickelback.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
I think I might have Nickelback in there.
Yeah, look, that's a you got a good.
Hey, Nickelback was good at one time.
you started at Frank. I love it, man.
All right, Jonathan.
You-
So you mentioned earlier, like music, live music. What's your favorite band, or what's the most recent band you went and saw before all this mess shut us down?
Well, I had tickets to go see Candlebox. I go see Candlebox at the Hard Rock every year. I've loved Candlebox.
I've seen
from
Candlebox.
early '90s. I was supposed to go see Lady Gaga in Las Vegas.
Oh
Nice.
man,
That's a
So
switch-
this
switch up.
Corona has really screwed some stuff
look,
up.
The DJ, and I mean, I like all kinds of stuff. Let's see, what else did I have? I had Green Day. No, it wasn't Green Day. Who was coming to 311? 311 was coming to the Beau
Ooh,
Rivage.
love
I had
Love
311
song.
tickets. And those were all shows that got canceled. And I had the Joe Rogan, Dave Chappelle
I had those
tickets
tickets.
too. And
I was looking forward to that more than anything.
Man, it got postponed and then it got
Then it
canceled.
got
So that was a
canceled.
teaser.
They're doing some now over in Austin,
Yeah.
but I'm not flying to Austin. to go
Yeah.
there.
Not
Tickets-
yet. Yeah,
no.
I'll wait for him to come.
Will
do
we
a
ever have
throwaway.
live music back?
We better. If we don't, I'm gonna be really angry.
There's like
because
331 million people in the United States, and 350,000, 400,000 have had corona symptoms.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a huge I have cerebral palsy,
yeah.
so there's a number of people that have disabilities. I can't even feel my right foot,
Uh-huh.
but I look at the numbers: 331 million people in the United States, and 350,000 have coronavirus symptom complications.
How many people died? Do you know that number?
Yeah.
They say 350.
About that. Yeah.
Yeah, 350,000 out of 331 million.
Yeah.
And everything there's states shut down right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
It's a weird time, and it's bad for live music. That's for sure.
It's bad for business, man. I mean,
It's
I
bad all
see
the way
these local
around.
business struggling. That's one thing. Me and Jordan's kind of a passion of ours is to promote local business and try to
Absolutely.
get the community involved as much as we can. And there's people out there that are struggling, and there's people out there that are scared and they don't want to be out in public.
Yep.
And
Yep.
and that's really where you see are you going to drive the narrative of
Yeah.
bunker down and
Yeah.
don't go outside, or
Yeah.
you're going to kind of push the edge. And and it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't scenario. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
you'd be crucified for sometimes for you did 3 weeks off. That was a lot more than a lot of other people did.
Yeah.
I mean, and that that wasn't beneficial for
No,
anybody other than peace of mind.
Yeah.
And
That's it.
But
Yeah.
that was 6 months ago, 7. Well, you just said it. So
Yeah.
and here we are, and really
Yes,
nothing's
and
changed.
we're still talking about
And
it.
we're still
it's
talking
still
about it, so-
like dominating.
It's
you
getting
know.
better in my mind though.
In my mind, it
Yeah.
is,
I'm
but
starting
it's
to push it
getting
off.
more normal.
I'm starting
Yeah.
to push it off. Like now, I'm like, hey,
You know, eventually we all have to make up our own minds and not let the powers or the mind control of media or
Right.
whatever, or just the turning of things happen to where we just go, look, I'm going to take care of me for you two.
That's right.
Yeah.
You two take care of you for me.
That's
And
why I'm
what-
always
that's
say
what-
I'm
there
gonna be
you
the
go.
best Matthew Brooks I can be.
Yeah.
You know-
what? When I don't feel good, I don't go out.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah,
so,
and you know,
I think
we all do our own part in our own way. And
we want our popcorn back at the
Yeah.
Toyota store.
Yeah.
So
I know some people like a cup of coffee. You know?
it's a scary situation, not only for the coronavirus. We talk about like mental health's been a big issue, and now people got people with this cancer culture and this stuff going on. People got so comfortable now. And we did that meme. So we make memes. Keyboard warrior
Yeah.
of the future.
Yeah,
I did like
yeah.
I did it. It was a keyboard and a warrior, and I took the head off, put the keyboard over it.
Yeah.
And it said warrior of the future. But that's true because it's like people get so comfortable to like get in this mix up. So honestly, a lot of the stuff you see, and if you ever check social media and people that are listening, like you just need to look at like like what website it's coming from, because to be honest with you, it's like clickbait.
most of it is.
To scare you, and then
Yeah.
you go buy something, and
Yeah.
and that's what they're
Yeah.
trying to do. So make sure you look at these articles, because like 85 to 90% of it is,
Yeah.
I'd say 99% of it now.
Yeah. It's all the headline to grab your attention.
Yeah. But
I've seen a lot of YouTube titles here lately where you want to read what the headline is, but you can't until you click on the video and then like hit pause and come back. Oh, now I know what that
One
last
thing
word
I've
was.
noticed, I've
was
seen
by
a lot
design.
of is like these progressional videos where they want you to watch it as long as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I'm going to start one process and then which leads to another,
Yeah.
and your whole time you're sitting there waiting for the final outcome.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, you're watching this damn video for 4 minutes, and you're just
It's like that's
get
not
to the point.
Yes.
I
Get to
blame
the point.
MacGyver.
Then I'm like, oh my god, what
I'm
am I
not-
doing? Click.
I'm not in control of my time.
And then all of a sudden, I'm getting like mashed potato makers popping up on the ads on my phone. Like,
that started back in the day with like MacGyver. When MacGyver made his bombs and whatever, and like all of a sudden he's about to make his bomb, and you're like, yeah, and all of a sudden
What
it's
is
like,
it?
dun dun dun, life alert. You're like, oh, commercial.
And then it comes back and he's
Yeah.
shooting people in the neck with toothpicks.
Well, no, they replay what another 4 or 5 seconds of the back, so you're like, so every time there's like a build up, straight to commercials.
Absolutely.
And now that with social media, now that cable's going down, they're doing the same thing. It's the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they
Yeah,
get
it's the tension loop.
Yeah.
It's meant to
There's
meant
really
to get
no
you
new
right to that point and
ideas.
go, "Huh,
Original
all right."
ideas are out. I
we
mean,
should start a
unfortunately.
newspaper.
That's
We
right.
should. Maybe let's bring it back.
Yeah, let's bring back a
My dad
newspaper.
always told me what goes around comes around, or what's here has always been here, and it just kind of repeats itself. So.
Yeah.
I mean,
I find it to be true sometimes.
Absolutely.
you think if with even us on mics right now, this is a start. Like they did this back in the day, radio.
Mm-hmm.
They had conversations, and they had some radio shows that just had interviews and stuff. And now it's
Morning radio.
now it's
Yep.
podcasts.
Yep.
They changed the name, now it's podcast, and it's open market. But now they're trying to monetize that and figure out how to
Yep.
take control of that, like Spotify with Joe Rogan.
Oh,
It's all about
Yeah.
monetizing. Remember
Yeah.
when text messages used to be free?
Yep.
Then they figured out how to monetize, and then your web data was free. Then they figured out how to monetize it,
Yep.
and then long
Yep.
distance and voicemail was free. And then they figured out
Yep.
that's just the evolution.
I'm just rolling with it now. I mean, I got a TikTok like a month ago, so I'm on TikTok now.
I never did TikTok.
It's awesome.
Dude, it's fun to watch.
I don't know if I want to go down
It's
that rabbit
entertaining.
hole.
It's I can,
Oh.
Sometimes I'll sit there. We do some every now and again, but I'll just flip through them and watch the other people that
You
put.
definitely need to do
It
Toyota
is funny.
TikToks.
You definitely didn't.
Yeah.
You're missing an untapped. The kids are on this.
Oh my goodness.
And if you, all right, I'm telling you right now, it's the
see,
future.
Are kids buying cars yet?
They will at some point.
You're right.
When you,
You're
I mean,
right.
Joe Camel, they had to pull
It's
him out
the
of the
truth.
billboards
Hey,
because
but-
they were advertising
you
it to kids.
But look at these
You're
kids now.
hitting a very solid point here, because I have always felt like I was still the young guy, and I'm not just so young anymore.
Right,
and
we're
like
not.
there is a demographic that I don't relate with yet, that I still feel like
Yeah,
I
we
am one
won't.
of,
We
but I'm
won't.
not.
Yeah,
you
we
know?
won't.
I mean, if these kids knew that you had, what is it, the M3? Is it the MK3 you have? The Supra?
The MK4, yeah.
MK4,
yeah,
like
yeah.
was it 94, 96?
97, yeah.
97?
Yeah,
Oh, you
yeah.
have the last year, right? Or
98 was
98,
last
okay.
year. Yeah, I have the 15th anniversary
How fast
edition.
is that
Twin
thing
turbo,
go?
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Twin turbo. So to these kids that are listening, he's ahead of the curve, boys.
Yeah, come
That's
on.
all
Have you
original.
put that thing on the drag strip? How to go for it?
It's bone stock. Like I
Still?
yes. No, I found one that was stock. Those are the ones that are going up in value. The ones that haven't been messed with
Okay,
a whole
okay.
lot. Yeah, and if you can get a 6-speed manual, that's the one. That's the one.
That's what you have.
They're going to be. No, I have an automatic
Okay,
one,
okay.
but the manuals are worth 80-90 grand right now, and
What?
they
Jesus
will
Christ.
not
Jeez,
go
oh.
down as long as they stay in working order and don't get messed with.
What
too hard.
is responsible for pushing that car to that? Is it a movie? Is it?
Media.
Oh, Fast and Furious
Yeah.
definitely did it for the,
The
Super.
I knew
orange-
it was. I was just wanting to say it.
yeah.
Fast and Furious
I
for
mean,
sure.
It definitely did it, but it's also the right car at the right time, and it's the car that maybe our demographic that's getting older and can make some money and can go back and find one, and the scarcity of them is driving them up in value too.
How many of them are there? Do you know? There's just
No, but
not many.
shoot, there's not many for sale that are the right ones, like on Cars.com or Auto Trader.
Do you enjoy driving it? Is
Oh,
it a piece of
yeah.
art? I mean,
Oh,
it's,
yeah.
it's like one of the first.
Oh yeah, it's completely different than the new Supra. I have the launch edition first 2020 Supra too, and they're both red, and they're completely different cars. The new one's a partnership with Toyota and BMW, and it's like a fast off the line 0 to 60, just
Machine.
thrill ride.
Yeah.
Now the 97 is really fun from 50 miles to 90 miles an hour because that's when the turbos really kick in. And from a flat stop to go, it's still an older V6. But once them turbos get,
I had a
spoiled,
buddy.
ooh.
I had a buddy when we were in high school. He had a 700 horsepower single turbo Supra. We and him. We got a Madison Bryant. You know
yeah.
Brian Hamilton.
Oh yeah,
He
those are those sleeper cars that somebody you pull up next to somebody.
You know where Pepe's is? Where that what is the ramp is right there by Direct Auto, the gas station right there.
yeah, I know what you're talking about. Get on
Central
the
Avenue
I-10.
area.
Yeah.
We were in his car and he was rushing to get it ready for cruising the coast or something. So we just kind of, we didn't tighten every bolt down. Like we put the motor in, like we all helped put the motor in the night before, got the car ready, prepped, and I remember riding and all of a sudden it stud. He kind of boosted a little bit, kicked it. Well, the stud on the front right tire that I was on broke off. The tire jumped over the other lane, went over the ramp coming down, flew, and it went into that woods back there.
Oh my gosh.
And that was the creepiest. I heard snap.
Everybody made it okay though. Huh?
Oh yeah, but it was a lot of damage to his body kit because some
Yeah.
parts for them cars are.
Yes.
That was a top secret body kit. I think it was.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't come by those.
I think you can't get like they're 15, 20 grand for the body kits because
Yeah.
it's like a sought after.
Yep.
Now everybody that's loved the Fast and Furious now starting to have a little money
Wants to create that car.
and they want that car.
Yep.
Do they got NOS though?
Do you have NOS in yours?
No,
Not yet.
No, mine are stock.
You
Mine
think
are
you're ever going to
stock.
put the soldier with the arm?
with the thing down the side?
Yeah.
No.
Well, it looks like we had we're definitely going to have you on again, huh?
Yeah, I'd like it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
had fun.
And how can people reach out to you?
Shoot, I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm at AlanToyota.com. You can come see me at the dealership. I love to have conversations with people, and they can just stop by and chat if they want.
Yeah, if you guys are in the market for a new car, you know where
Yeah.
to find one.
Is it AlanToyota.com?
Yep. And my email isjallen@AlanToyota.
Okay.
Easy enough.
All right, guys. Well, you make sure you follow us on Audible, Spotify, iTunes,
Yay. Jeez.
YouTube, Facebook,
Instagram, TikTok.
MySpace.
TikTok.
We might be
that's
having a Jay Allen TikTok here soon. Come on there,
MySpace.
so-
I don't know. Should
Yeah,
we start
MySpace.
a
Are we still on MySpace?
We should start a MySpace.
What would our MySpace song
Yeah,
be?
you probably could dominate MySpace.
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
guys. Appreciate it.
take
Y'all
care.
tune and come back.
Thanks for having me.